So I guess we're live?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi everyone and welcome to Propeller Ads webinar on creative strategies for dating campaigns.
Perfect match found.
Dating offers, sorry.
Yes.
My name is Slava.
And I'm Maria.
Yeah, so let's begin with the presentation we made just for you. Okay, and before we need to introduce yourself a little bit more, my full name is Slava Mayorko and I'm in charge of Affiliate Education Program.
And my name is Maria Lazareva. For the last 2 years, I've been responsible for creatives and ad copies on push notification and native formats in Propeller Ads. I belong to the team of conversion support, which is an essential part of the optimization team. I write texts and edit various images for the creatives, analyze their performance and financial results, and suggest new creative approaches to get maximum profit from the advertising campaigns. I really hope my professional experience will help you make the most of your campaigns by improving your creative strategies.
Okay, Maria, what is in our agenda for this webinar?
Today, we will talk about Dating Vertical. What's Dating Vertical about? We'll teach you some successful strategies for dating creatives. We will review some aspects of our policy, what's allowed and what's not. We have a couple of case studies we will analyze here, and finally, we'll have our Q&A session where all of your doubts will be resolved.
Yeah, we will be waiting for your questions. Of course, the timing of our webinar is limited, so we probably won't have time to cover all the questions you have, but please don't worry, we will make a separate post on all questions that were not answered during this webinar. So, shall we start with our webinar?
Yes.
Please explain to us what is Dating Vertical is about.
Okay, Dating Vertical is about advertising dating offers, obviously. Various apps, websites, and online services where people may connect to each other, find a date, or even love of their life. Come on, I'm a girl. I'm more romantic about that stuff. Long story short, this is an offer aiming to find partners online for dating, love, romance, friendship, fun, and other encounters. In advertising world, and particularly in Propeller Ads, we call dating an evergreen vertical because it's always relevant. It's absolutely independent from seasons or target geos. And according to our stats, these offers may bring huge profit if you apply an appropriate strategy.
Yeah, dating vertical is the most popular vertical in our network. As Maria said, dating is not affected by seasonality, so you can run them whenever you want. And about ad formats, on our self-serve platform, you can find 4 ad formats to choose for your campaign. In the first place, we have push notification. Push notifications. Well, I think everyone knows what it's about. I think it's the most popular ad format right now. Then we have native ads. Ads that looks like content recommendations. Well, it's probably my favorite ad format. Then we have interstitial. Is a format of ad that appears with a several second delay after user loads the page. The user has a choice to either tap on the ad and see the offer, or close it and return to the web page he has viewing on desktop or mobile. And on click, as known as pop-under or click-enders, they appear in a new browser window hidden under the main page the user is viewing. Or pop-under ads appear when a user clicks anywhere on the page. And during this webinar, we will focus on push notifications and native ads. You might ask why. Well, these formats are idoneous for dating campaigns. Most ad campaigns for dating in our platform are on push and native. That's why. But if you want to know how they work on interstitial or on-click, leave your questions in the box and maybe we'll answer them in our blog posts. Right, Kira?
To continue, it's quite a common question among the advertisers. What's the difference between creative categories and why some of the dating campaigns get less traffic than the others? Of course, there are a lot of factors affecting traffic distribution, but in this case, it may be because of the creative category. You see, not all the publishers are ready to post advertisement which contains hot creative with partial nudity, ambiguous, dubious texts, and other things that may bother sensible audience. That's why mainstream dating creative get 100% of traffic because the creative is clean, and adult category gets a little bit less traffic because the publisher resources are limited.
I would like to highlight that here adult is a category of dating. Propeller ads does not work with the vertical adult. Do not confuse.
We don't work with adult. Please remember for the rest of your life. Okay, let's set the borderline between these two categories so you could understand a little bit better how it works. Those are creatives for mainstream dating category. As you see, in the images, there are natural-looking people and messenger-looking icons. The icon for push notification may imitate the famous messengers, but the imitation should not be very obvious due to the copyrights. The ad copies or texts can contain several points like invitations to meet, social media requests. It may imitate direct messages like WhatsApp or Facebook, not including the names of those social networks because of the copyrights, obviously. And teasing texts without ambiguous meanings, phrases interrupted on the most interesting points, or even questions. And I guess it's time to explain the difference between mainstream and dating and adult. I guess the adult category is more fascinating for you, right?
Sure, that's my thing. For this category, as you see, you have more provocative images with more explicit visual content. Is that milk or yogurt?
I guess it's yogurt.
Okay, here we can find females and mainly males in underwear, sexual poses, and seductive facial expressions. We can use plus 18 symbol to attract people with more demanding requests, and don't get surprised if you see people touching each other in those creatives. In ad copies, we can find intriguing and triggered messages with sexual content, and dirty words like dirty are allowed.
Yes, and separate rule for the word sex. Text containing the word sex will be considered as adult shock category. Campaigns of this category will get the same amount of traffic as adult. This rule concerns push notifications only. So please remember that. Okay, dating is a vertical that never burns out, but unfortunately the creatives do. This is a very frequent question. I have wonderful creatives, but sometimes they decrease in CTR. What happens? The same images on campaigns get a decrease in CTR in a short period of time. That's why it's important to update the images every time you see a successful creative start working. To solve this problem, we offer to launch multi-banner campaigns that automatically display several creatives for the same offer. This tool is called Smart Rotator, and it works both for push and native formats, and you're welcome to use it.
And now we're moving to successful strategies for dating creatives.
All right, and I guess we will start with the native format, which is quite new for us.
Sure.
In comparison to push notifications and on-click and interstitials. And I would like to play a game with you, actually. I want to test your knowledge, whether you can detect what kind of creative category do we see in the picture. And the first one is native creative. This sign contains the pictures of extremely cute girls and a wonderful girl in the picture. What do you think, Slava? Is it mainstream or adult?
Well, I think she's in a bikini, so that is mainstream.
Yes, and Mark Black, you're absolutely right. It's mainstream dating. Please, you're always welcome to help Slava in this game.
Please help me.
Yes, let's help Slava to detect whether if it's mainstream or adult. And yes, this is a mainstream dating creative. Girls in swimsuits and in bikinis, they get this category. What do we aim with this creative? Our goal is to create interest by teasing users, make them crave for more information about your offer. So we have an intriguing text combined with the image of the desired object, which is a wonderful, beautiful girl everyone would be glad to meet. So I guess that was the first strategy, the teaser strategy for native format.
Okay.
The next one, do you know this girl, Slava?
I haven't met her yet, but she lives 3 blocks away from me.
Anyway, that's a good point. And that was the creative strategy, proximity of the desired object. Here we assure that the desired object, like a beautiful girl or a wonderful man, is attainable and just one click away. And Calvin Sam, you're absolutely right. It's mainstream dating. You're losing this game. You're losing this game to the guys who are watching us. Yes. this is a mainstream dating, and we are here realizing the strategy of a proximity of a desired object. So the text should state that the girl is near and ready to meet the user, and the image is quite standard, but you're focusing on the beautiful eyes, so I guess it's a pleasurable type. So the next
Ask
one.
me, please.
Oh,
Not to Mark Black.
Oh, okay. I'm horny and so lonely. Want to do something crazy tonight? What do you think, Slava? Is it mainstream or adult?
Well, the girl's pretty dressed, so I think it's mainstream. No. She's horny. So
you're wrong.
Yeah.
And
She's so
Michael
dirty.
and Mookie, all of the guys who call this creative an adult.
Someone saying that it's mainstream.
Well, the thing is that
wrong.
it's very easy to confuse, because the girl looks very decent and modest, and she is very pretty, but not vulgar. But still, the text, the ad copy, contains the word horny, which is considered a dirty word. That's why this category falls to adult. And here we see another strategy, which is called direct addressing. We create an illusion of direct communication. Here we write the text on behalf of the girl or a man. We address the target audience, use images from mainstream dating to adult. It's up to you what kind of category you would like to use. And be convincing. It's awesome to use abbreviations or nice emojis. Girls like emojis. I personally do adore emojis, and I use them on a daily basis. That's why that would be a very realistic step. So that was another category. Let's move forward.
Asian cutie or Russian beauty?
Find a girl in your city. Which one?
The Russian one is mainstream. The Asian one is adult.
It doesn't work that way. The whole creative get the same category.
Mainstream?
And everyone is saying it's mainstream, but the thing is that it is not really obvious, but the girl on the left is wearing underwear.
Yeah,
so that's why, Mark Black, you're right again. You're even more expert than us. That's awesome. Yes, big cleavage, said Michael Tang.
Big Charlies.
Yes, exactly. Yes, you're absolutely right. This is adult, and in here we're offering a choice, an opportunity to make a choice or state the preferences. Sometimes even the user is not interested in the offer. It is cool to give an opportunity to state your preferences, and it actually increases CTR drastically. So I would advise to offer a choice, write in the text, combine several different pictures in one image, and probably combine different strategies like we did in this offer. For example, here we combine opportunity of choice and proximity of the objects, because we have pasted a macros into the text. Macros is a tool in Propeller Ads that analyzes the information of the user and pastes the needed information right in the text. For example, the person from St. Petersburg would see a text, find a girl in St. Petersburg, and it would create the feeling of proximity of the object as well. This tool works both for push notification and native, so you're free to use it.
Okay, let's move to push notification.
Yeah, push. Your favorite format.
My favorite form, no, that was native.
Mm-hmm. When bin fan, yes, this macros works on native format, and it is actually a working tool. The push notification macroses look a little bit different, but you can check up with our managers or with your manager in Propeller Ads and find out the way it works. Yeah, it's true as you. Okay, let's move to push notification. Every time I think of push notification, I think most of the people remember that it is an awesome way to imitate any kind of message, like system message, personal message, and this is what we do when we're trying to create different creative strategies when we're thinking of it. So the first one is direct message imitation. Here we give the user a first hint on how communication can go on the website or in the app. We address the user on behalf of a person you're portraying in the pictures, for example, imitate the message from social media and attach different combinations of pictures. For example, in this particular case, we see that the icon is a part of a banner. And Marium is 270 meters from you. Are we going to meet? I am so bored. Slava, what kind of category is this? Adult or mainstream? What do you think?
Obviously that is adult, because she's showing a lot of female attributes in the main creative.
The best photo of the female body are displayed in full range, and thank you very much for helping, Slava. Yes, it's definitely adult. Okay, let's move to the next point.
Oh.
Yay! More wonderful picture. This is teaser strategy. This is a message that creates a feeling of real life communication. Text interrupted in the most interesting place is combined with different types of pictures, and here in the picture we see a category adult.
All the people are helping me, so I have no doubt about it.
Guys, you should stop.
Well,
okay.
She's in underwear, and she's showing a lot of bongos in there.
I really like the synonyms that you have gathered for this webinar. Okay, yes, exactly. This is a combination of two different strategies, and here we see a teaser text, "Hey handsome, I want," and the word isn't, her words are interrupted by different emojis, which I personally adore. So that was the second strategy we wanted to.
Okay.
Okay, and since we're talking about push, it's all about imitation of the messages, and system message imitation is also essential.
Keep helping me, Mark.
All right. It's so hot in the chat. I cannot concentrate even on those wonderful bongos I see in the pictures. So, the system message imitation. Make the user want to open the message to see its contents. Here we imitate two different things. First is the voice message, and the second one is the sending of videos. Check out my new look, says Kate. And what do you think, Slava? The first one on the bottom. What kind?
Well, the people saying that it's mainstream and adult. I think the first one with the voice message is adult, because I see a lot of twin towers in there.
Oh my god. Twin towers, really?
And the second one is nothing wrong with her, so I think the first one is adult and the second one is mainstream.
Actually, they are both mainstream.
Okay, why? Can I hear the message?
Yes, Ned of Luxembourg, you're absolutely right. Both are mainstream, because on the top, I know what's the point of your confusion. The thing is that the girl is showing a lot of body, but still, it is not obvious what kind of clothing is she wearing. It could be a lace dress or a nice top. We cannot say for sure it's underwear, so I guess this one would be categorized as mainstream as well. They're both mainstream.
I'll check the presentation later. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
To be sure.
So make it look that a dating website user sends content like pictures, video, or voice messages, which we have already showed in the examples, and use images with natural-looking people. Place a play sign. If you imitate videos, it increases CTR dramatically, and that was it, I guess. The last but not least strategy is interaction. The lack of call to action can actually decrease the CTR of your campaigns. That's why invite the user into conversation and interaction right in the text. Ask a question after you offer a value, and try testing different options, different combinations of the creatives, so you can see what works better. So, two examples, and let's continue with the game. Susie looks for a man to date. Are you interested?
I'm not sure, because well, I'm interested for sure, but I don't know. I think it's adults, maybe, because here we have more female attributes in the image. I'm not sure. And the second one is mainstream, because men can show his man boobs.
Pectorals, though. Those are called chest or pectorals.
Okay.
Man boobs, really. Okay. Actually, you are wrong again.
Why?
Both of them are mainstream.
Okay.
Both of them are mainstream, and it is the same mistake that you have made before. The girl in the icon is obviously wearing something with sleeves. So those are mainstream creative, both of them, and we are here. We're giving an example of asking a question in the end of the message. So both of them are mainstream. Most of the people who are writing in the chat have been right, and I am very proud of you, actually. Thank you very much for helping Slava.
Will you be Mrs. Sean?
Will I be Mrs. Sean?
Yeah.
I will answer this question after the webinar.
Okay. You are not Asian. And now you're... So let's move to the policy.
Let's move to the policy, and I would like to ask you, not him, you, to play a policy quiz with me. So be ready to type in the box. We are going to show you a couple of creatives, and we're going to ask you whether it will pass the policy moderation or not. We will give you like 3 seconds to think, and please be attentive. And then after the quiz, we're going to explain why is everything right or everything is wrong.
Okay, let's go. Ah!
Oh my God, what you did.
Oh, sorry.
No!
Okay. Push notification from Amanda. Hi, how are you? Are you free tonight? Is this wrong or not?
Yes. So everyone writes it is not going to pass the moderation, and I guess there has been a hint. Okay, the first one doesn't count. Thank you, Slav.
Why not?
Why not? Okay, why? Because this is the imitation of a very famous messenger. I'm not sure if I have the right to say it out loud. The messenger I cannot call. But we...
is this mainstream or adult?
This is obviously mainstream.
Okay.
You're
good.
And it is not going to pass the policy because this is the imitation. I guess it's even copying.
Copyright, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's even copying of the icon of a famous messenger. Okay, the next one. Okay. So, guys, please focus. I know everyone writes yes. I haven't asked the question, guys.
Okay.
Okay, it's time to answer. Will this creative pass the policy or not?
Someone said no.
3, 2, 1,
go.
So, I guess the results are 50-50.
Yeah.
And
why not?
The thing is that from the point of the images, everything seems to be fine. But there is one thing. The Cinti Sugar 2004 invites the user to meet. The thing is, when you're creating an account on Facebook or on Twitter, for example, the system offers you to add the year of your birth to the nickname. And if this girl was born in 2004, how old is she right now? Come on, genius. I know you can do
14
it.
14 or 15.
14 or 15. Well, 14 or 15, it doesn't make it any better. In Propeller Ads, it is strictly forbidden to advertise any communication with an underage person. This is an ultimate no. Please remember that. So, the next one. Be careful with that button. All right.
Okay.
Oh, my God. It's getting hot in here.
What's wrong with this guy?
Nothing is wrong with this guy. Okay.
So Jay sent you 5 pictures.
5 pictures of Jay. I would so gladly see all of them.
See his profile and start chat now. What's wrong with him?
Is there anything wrong with the creative? Will it pass the policy moderation? You have 3, 2, 1. And those who answered yes actually got it right. Everything is okay with this guy and with this message. It will. Man boobs are allowed, says Mark. Those are called pectorals. Okay, we're not going to discuss this. Thank you very much. We've had so much fun. Thanks a lot for wonderful communication. I really love you guys. But let's move to some serious stuff. This is a list of ultimate no's Propeller Ads says in terms of ad copies. It's forbidden to send messages from the name of famous brands, to mention them in the text, or distribute any information on their behalf. For example, Alice started follow you on Instagram. Such ad copy will be banned. Alice now follows your profile. This ad copy is actually okay. The next point. It is strictly prohibited to use swear words, make sexual proposals to the user, use anatomic words or metaphors, and the nicknames. It was common to use such words with grammar mistakes, but we also have an eye on that, so it doesn't matter the way it's written. If it means what it means, this shall not pass. This shall not pass. Is suggesting communication with an underage. This rule includes the images as well.
Okay, and with the images, according to our policy, we do not allow total nudity. I kindly remind you that we do not work with adult vertical.
I've seen such question. We do not work with adult.
Someone asked that before. So undisclosed private parts, sex toys, explicit images, some implicit images are also not allowed. For example, a woman covering her parts with her hands or with other hands. Masturbation and its results do not do it with us. As we said before, brand logos are forbidden. You can find similar logos on the internet. It's not so difficult. And as Mary said, picture with underage people in any context, 9. With system icon, it's pretty much the same as with brand logos. You can't use them, but you can find some imitations on the internet. Mm-hmm. And of course, you can post pictures of celebrities in your dating campaigns. For example,
Angelina Jolie.
When
I know
she was 16.
Any man would be so glad to date Angelina Jolie, but I'm afraid she is not interested in anything but humanitarian work for peace and love. Okay.
Continue.
In the presentation, we have gathered the bullet points, and when you get the presentation after the webinar via email, you may go through the yeses of our policy. We're not going to stop on that because we have already discussed this during the creative strategies.
You can check the presentation after the webinar.
Mm-hmm.
So
what's the next point? Oh, we're already on the case studies.
Yeah, we're moving to the case studies. Kira said on the chat that please vote on the polls tab. We need your feedback. So let's move to the case studies. If you want more case studies or more information about these case studies, you can check our case study section in our website. Kira is already sending the link in the chat. So for this webinar, we took a couple of them, and the first one was on Gipsmir Wilspang. That's German. What?
Gipsmir Wilspang.
Binotti.
Yes.
Okay. The campaign was pretty recent. It was launched on July. The affiliate network was Top Offers, the Germany, and it was on push notifications. So give us your expert opinion about those creatives and results.
Willst du ein Date? Worauf wartest du denn noch? Says this wonderful woman. Yeah, sehr gut. So actually, I am very glad to see that our advertisers are using the successful creative strategies. Here we see, I guess, 2 of them. This is direct addressing. The girl is asking, do you want to date? What are you waiting for? So it's direct addressing. And she is asking a question, which is definitely an interaction call to action. And combined with those 2 wonderful adult-looking creatives with beautiful girls, I guess that's the reason why the payout, well, not the payout, why the revenue was okay for such a short period of time. And the second one is another strategy. Wow. This is system message imitation. Kate sent you 5 pictures. Open her profile and start the chat, which is a nice system message imitation text combined with awesome adult pictures. And I guess that's the result. The remedy of $312 during 58 conversions, which is a good point. During 10 days, I guess.
10 days, yeah.
10 days.
So both are adult?
Both are definitely adult because of the pictures, but if you are willing to make it mainstream dating, you can just change the pictures and you will get another results. So it's worth testing for both.
Okay. Let's move to the second case study about Asian beauties dating. It was launched some months ago. The target was in USA, on Geo USA. The affiliate network was Never Blue, and the ad format
is native ads, my favorite format actually.
It's my favorite format.
No.
So, give us your expert opinion about this craze.
I guess the answer is on the surface, don't you think so, guys? Well, the thing is that I really see that for the latest period of time that such dating offers like Asian girls, Russian girls, or I don't know, African American, those are getting very popular, and you should not cross out those offers when you're choosing an offer to advertise. And in this particular case, we see a teasering text with a question: would you date an Asian woman? It is also an opportunity to state a preferences, so it's an opportunity of choice to do that or not to do that, and combined with a wonderful picture with, where's your list, with wonderful twins in this sailor school uniform, which is very popular among Japanese anime culture, gets a lot of profit. The total revenue of $1,397 and the profit of almost $500 in such a short time span is actually a good result.
Okay, and before we move to our last part of the webinar on Q&A session, please fill out our polls. We need your feedback.
Yes.
So for this Q&A session, do you remember you need to choose a winner of the prize? We pre-collected some questions in our Facebook posts, so let's answer them firstly. So we have the first one from Samuel Vosu. He has 4 questions in one. I've been promoting dating niche for a very long time. Recently, my campaign stopped converting. I changed landing page and my creative, but it's still not converting. So the first question is, at this stage, what do you think I should do?
Well, since we're talking to an experienced person who is promoting dating niche for a very long time, the first thing I would personally do as a creative strategist, I would suggest apply different creatives. I know that this person has already done this step, so probably you should go a little bit further. Probably choose choose other geos, or try Smart Rotator to see what kind of creatives convert better. So it takes a lot of options, but at this stage you should better analyze what works better and what works worse. So I would launch a Smart Rotator at this point. I am not sure I am competent for answering the question about black or white listing, which is more an optimization thing. But as far as I know, you have found the answer. And
we have a blog post that I'm sending the link right now.
Yes,
you can
check the link is in the box. You can read about this. Read about this question about black and white listing and find out which case implies for you. How often should we change creatives? The thing is that it depends on the offer, and it depends on the speed of decreasing of the CTR and other things and other metrics. I mean, if the CTR drops drastically within several hours, I guess it it is a reason to change the creative or to add creatives in the smart rotator. So I cannot be sure that there is a perfect recipe for all the campaigns, like adding new creatives every day or adding new creatives every week. It works differently. It's all about testing and seeing how different creative strategies work in a time span. So you just better take your time and analyze by changing the creatives or adding the creatives to the smart rotator to see what creative works better, which one worse. Probably you should do the same strategy for all the creatives or change the strategies. So I guess that would be my advice. Just try testing different options. And should we also update landing page more often? You know, in my practice there have been clients who had the same landing page for years and it still kept converting. But it doesn't matter that you have to leave it the same and not change it. If you see that it stops working on the stage of a landing page, probably you should change it, make a minor change like adding the buttons or interactions, or change the pictures, or add some animations. That would actually do, and see whether if it works or not. I guess updating the landing page more often is necessary when you see that at this particular stage the creative stops working. Well, that was my answer.
Okay, thank you. This next one is from Jonathan Walters. How should we go about promoting dating offers which target women? Women, should we use the same general process as when we promote an offer that target men, or will an entirely different approach be better?
Jonathan, thank you very much for a good question, because I asked it myself a couple of months ago when I first came across this problem, when just putting the guys with naked torso and six packs is not an ultimate recipe for such thing, because men are usually focused on visual things, and women are more emotional, and they're seeking of emotion and of the and they're
That's
seeking
why we
senses.
have those creative, very emotional creatives. Yeah.
Yes. Very emotional creatives. Well, do you remember those two approaches? Like, Susie is looking for a man to date. Are you interested? And will you be Mrs. Sean?
Yeah.
So the girl usually is aimed for a long relationship, serious relationship. So probably you should start with that. But it doesn't mean that all of the guys in the picture should be dressed. Don't take that away from us, please, Jonathan. Please. Okay. So my answer is it differs a little bit, and it should not be so vulgar. Because sometimes the best way to promote, to increase the CTR is to put a little bit more half naked or partially dressed girls in the pictures. But for females, it is more important to feel that by clicking on this advertisement, she is going to find an opportunity to find the love of her life, or just a person to talk with, or a friend. And to be honest, I guess it was the case when I put couples on creatives. So those were like happy couples in the pictures, and the text like 700 people from your city found the love of her life on this website, and the CTR actually was pretty good.
On girls?
But,
on girls?
Yes, targeted on girls.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Let's move to the next question, or?
Yes, I guess so. Right.
Okay.
Let's move to the next one.
The next one is from Nitin Sethi. How should our strategies for dating campaigns differ for different ad formats?
Well, Nitin, thank you very much for the questions, and I guess we have already answered that during the webinar.
Yeah.
We have told about native format strategies and push notification strategies, and if you have any additional questions, please
we had some questions from Facebook post, but we didn't have time to add them to the presentation. So let's check how to test dating offer. I guess we have another blog post. We can share it with you. Which one was? Yeah, here.
Yes, we're going to share the link on the question how to test a dating offer.
Yeah, from Mohammed Azar. I will share it right here.
I guess it is.
Okay, so let's move to the questions from this box.
Yes, and we're moving to the question box. And Mark, thank you very much. You're really helping me to get this webinar done. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Where to get adult images that free to copyright? Those are usually stock images.
You don't need. Okay. Let's go with the about. What is?
What is better, to use a smart link or to use offer that you select by yourself? The thing is that this is also the question for the optimization team, and we will check with our colleagues and answer this question after in the blog post. Thank you very much for the question. Okay.
Which platform converts better on dating offers, mobile or desktop?
Well, it depends. It depends. For native format, it's obviously desktop, I guess. And for push notification, especially when you make the imitation of a system message or the imitation of direct message, mobile would be a better platform. Okay. Where to get nude and mainstream photos that copyright free and easy to
by the
use
way, Pavel, thank you for your questions. Next one is Frost VJ Mina. Where to get nude and mainstream photos that copyright free and easy to use in campaigns?
We get them in stocks. The thing
Do you have any recommendations?
Any recommendations
of stocks?
I guess
I think Kira answered that on the chat, so we answered that question. And this one.
Which platform is better to test first, mobile or desktop? It depends on the format you have chosen, Pavel. If you're testing push, I would recommend to use mobile, and if you're testing native, please be free to use desktop.
Okay.
Does the script city name work on Propeller Ads? Yes, it works, and the full guide for the list of all tokens you can see is already answered. So yes, you're free to use this.
It was answered. Yeah.
Will you share the presentation? Yes, we will. Okay.
Yeah, we say it at the beginning of the
What is the most common mistake you see by new affiliates launching dating campaigns? Well, the first one is their willingness to break the policy rules. I know this is, it seems to be easy, but sometimes dating is not only about female body parts and dirty words. So in case you are new in Propeller Ads, please check with the policy first, and everything will be okay.
Sim Sharma, in adult category, nude pics are allowed? No, we're not
working with adults. We're not working with adults, and here we were talking about the adult category of creatives, and the rules of it you will see during the presentation.
From David B. What could be a good way to improve quality for advertiser of dating offers? What do you suggest?
To improve quality of what? Quality of creatives? Quality of
copies? I don't know. What
I guess to apply the strategies that we have already told about, and to use good images with a good resolution, and not to make mistakes in the ad copies.
Yeah, be creative. I'm done. And this one is answered. answered. Ooh.
Thank you very much to all the moderators
Thank
for
you, Ivan.
answering.
Thank you,
Thank you
Kira.
very much.
Thank you, Anastasia and Maria. Well, we're not talking about pre-lenders, so what is this? What is the best way to promote dating offers to generate leads? The question from Antoine.
The best way to promote is
I don't know.
I guess to launch advertising campaigns on Push and Native.
Yeah.
Well, I would test it on Push. Push is our rock and roll format, which generates leads really. So I guess.
Always forgetting where's that border.
I guess that's pretty much it with the questions, and the rest of the questions we will answer a little bit later.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, we thank you for watching this webinar. All the questions will be answered on the blog post.
Yeah, thank you very much. So thank you very much for attending. It has been a pleasure for me, and I hope we will see you next time in the next webinar. So bye.
Thank you. Bye.